Well, boy, do we got a rundown for you. Hey, folks, Michael McFarland here, giving you the May 15th, 2019 daily rundown. All right, so we started the morning out with the same kind of thing in mind. Like I told you, I'm going to stay the course, stay pursuit. All right, so my plan was to go looking for the Freddy, the Blue Heron, and the Shad spawn. Hey, man, don't you think for a second I don't know about that crankbait bite that's out there. All right, that's probably, for the past couple of weeks, been the best bite on the lake. We don't throw crankbaits on my trips. Two reasons why. Number one, I took a 10XD in the back of my head a few years back and received a concussion. All right, so it's an awful big bait to be throwing. Big, huge hooks, large 2 and 3 ounce projectile. I don't need to catch bass that bad to have somebody get hurt or even killed. If it hit me in the temple instead of the back of the head, I might not be here giving you this rundown. Secondly, man, they're 17 bucks a piece. You can't expect any guide out there to hand you a handful of crankbaits that you're going to throw into deep trees, and you're going to lose a lot of them, okay? That's all there is to it. So I used to have a policy that I let the guys throw one's on me, the second one I got for you, but if you start losing them, you start paying for them. Man, I've been guiding a long time. There ain't nothing worse than an extra bill for lost baits at the end of the day. That's a no-no too. So look, don't mean to be rude. Don't mean to offend anybody. If you want to throw crankbaits, there's plenty of guys out there that'll do it. We don't. But here's the deal. The rundown. We stay the course. This morning, I got about a 4-mile run in mind. We suck out of Lake Fork Marina. I see 3 herons lined up. Bam, U-turn. First cast fish. You saw it on my Instagram. And we sat there and fished shad spawn with the impact shads. And we caught fish. And we lost a lot of fish. Well, here's the best part. Father's Sunday today. How many of you guys follow me? I talk about something real magical happening on a Father and Sunday. But today, we got that again. So, we fish the morning out. We go in for lunch. And after lunch, I start to run and look for that deep shellbed bite, my jig bite, the Santone football jig bite. I've been seeing the fish come there for several days, just not ready to eat off the bottom. Okay, everything is so cool, so much rain, so much flooding. That first of all, a lot of those big females, they're not even coming back out of the backwaters. They don't need to. It's cool. There's still food, so they're staying back there. The last 2 or 3 days, we've been having good heat, no winds. The lake's warm trending real fast, and they are starting to funnel out. That's why they're offshore suspending in those trees. They're suspending in the trees instead of going to the bottom because they don't need to go to the bottom yet. It ain't hot enough. The shad are still spawning. The shad are still shallow. When the shad go deep, the bass will go deep. So that's beginning to happen, all right? We roll out in the afternoon. We go up to one of my favorite deep shell bed spots, and it just ain't biting the jig. It just ain't biting the jig. I graphed it. There's not the mother lode there, but there's some fish there. It's worth fishing. We grind, we grind, we grind. There's white bass everywhere. Tyler says, oh, maybe we ought to try and catch one of those white bass. So I tie on this goofy little thing, which I believe that I got from either David Ozio or Johnny Geis years ago. And it's just a Bayou Dave lead head, 1/2 ounce, with a salt water bait. This is a real firm plastic. All right. So I get it tied on and I tell him, chuck that thing out there, let it hit the bottom and just slow roll it back. You catch you, white. I'm down the bottom of the boat doing something. First cast, boy loads up in the front, rod's jammed up and he's going crazy. And I said, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. It's just a white bass. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a 5.5 pound largemouth. So there's where the grace of God shows up again on those father and son, father and daughter, whatever it was all God showing up. And that father told me this is all about my boy. And I netted that big fish for that boy. First thing I could see was, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So we fished there for a little bit longer. We didn't catch any more fish. About 2 o'clock, we decided to run to one of my real meat and potato spots. I line them up, I get the boat positioned, and I tell them, look, draw a line there, a line there. You see that V? If you land that jig in that V, you're going to catch a big one. And doggone, first cast, 6 pounds, 10 ounces for Pawpaw. Dad's on board. We got 2 big ones in the boat now. I put the boy in the back with the football jig. He proceeds to lose a giant, lands another 5-pounder, and loses 2 more pretty good chunks. If that ain't the coolest thing, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm not trying to be arrogant here because I'm not an arrogant person. But I told you I'm going to stay the course, and I told you they're going to eat the sandtone jig. We're running that sandtone jig in shell beds that are wearing the paint off the head, man. There ain't rock in our lake. Not the kind of rock that'll do that, all right? There ain't cleachy crunch rock in there. It's sandstone rock. This is deep shell. I'll tell you the depth, 20 feet, all right? 20 feet, wearing the paint off the jig, 3/4 ounce football jig, and they eating it. So you want to see the pictures, go to my Instagram. It's the Lake Fork Guide on Instagram. This Sunday we'll talk about it. I will post some pictures probably tomorrow, possibly, of the 3 big ones that we did put in the boat. We were on our way to a big sack in a matter of minutes, throwing the sandtone football jig in those deep shell beds on the Goat Lake. So pretty cool day for us. Wonderful time with the father and son. Thank you, Linwood. Thank you, Tyler, for a great day. And by the way, that boy started with a spinner rod. At the end of the day, he was chucking a 35-yard cast with a football jig on a bait caster. Love it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. That is today's rundown.